Well, it's official. Nintendo is skipping Gamescom 2024, and the Game Boy emulator that hit iOS over the weekend has now been taken down. So we've got a bunch to talk about. So what's up, Waluigi? Trent from Trentendo. We've got to go over all of this stuff. Is that some interesting implications for Nintendo's 2024 lineup as they are skipping Gamescom, and then just a quick update on the video from yesterday where we talked about a Game Boy emulator that hit iOS. So before we hop into all this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video so you guys are kept up to date with everything going on here at Trentendo. Let's see if we can get 20 likes on this. It really does help. I appreciate it. And let's hop right in. So first up, let's just do a quick update on the Game Boy emulator that hit iOS. As I mentioned in the video yesterday, if you haven't seen that yet, I'll put a link to that up here. But yesterday there was, we had talked about a emulator that was on the App Store for iOS. It was one of the first, if it was the first one really, of Game Boy emulators to hit the platform for iOS devices. Apple has just recently updated those terms and conditions basically to allow emulators on their devices. This was the first one that popped up, and then now is taken down already. And it was claimed for a reason. It was claimed was for copyright concerns, and this was because, as we talked about in the video, there was a developer for the GBA for iOS emulator saying that this was a ripoff of his application that he created, and Apple, after investigating, they agreed and they took it down. So right now we're going to have to kind of just sit and wait to see what goes on for emulators on iOS devices. But for now, there is nothing. We're going to have to just wait to see what pops up next. Next up, though, like I said, we had a bigger story with Nintendo saying they are skipping Gamescom 2024. Now, this is interesting, and people are kind of, I think, blowing this out of proportion where they're nervous and they're anxious that why is Nintendo not going? I don't think it's that big a deal. It is interesting to note, though, because that's where we heard all of this Switch 2 rumors last year. This is where we heard about Breath of the Wild running 4K 60 frames per second. This is where we heard about the Matrix demo running on Switch 2 hardware that looked better than a PS5. Like all those rumors, all those leaks, all those speculations, they originated at Gamescom last year. They were behind closed doors, and Nintendo really, their presence at Gamescom was Tears of the Kingdom stuff, and then all of this stuff was kind of behind the scenes, closed doors. So with what we know now about Nintendo Switch 2 being delayed till next year, we don't have any games really slated that we know about currently outside of Paper Mario and Luigi's Mansion. It doesn't really bother me that Nintendo's not going to be Gamescom. They haven't used Gamescom typically as a place to announce new games. They've really just used it to kind of showcase stuff that's already been announced or even come out. Like last year was Tears of the Kingdom. That game was already out at that point. So the whole Switch 2 things, and I think one of the questions with the Switch 2 though is if that's where they showed it last year, why aren't they showing more of it this year? Well, so much stuff got out last year. Maybe they don't want stuff to get leaked out again. They don't want stuff to be, talked about or spread that they're not ready for. They want to be able to kind of handle that themselves. And as we're getting closer to what we can just assume is going to be a reveal here in the next couple of months, because that's what it feels like they have to do. I think they just want to kind of control the narrative around that a little bit more and the timing and things like that. So we'll have to kind of wait and see what Nintendo does. Because, we don't know anything right now outside of Paper Mario and Luigi's Mansion. We're kind of just treading water for a Switch 2 reveal or for any sort of update on their software for the rest of the year. And Gamescom probably isn't the place that we were going to get that anyway. So the fact that they're skipping out on this doesn't really concern me. And if anything, it just points to the fact that we probably are just kind of sitting and waiting for Switch 2 reveal here in the next couple of months. Or at least some sort of an update. Even if we don't get a full reveal, we'll get some sort of an update either through Nintendo or through maybe their shareholders meeting, because they're going to have to update their shareholders on what the plan is going forward for the rest of the year. Because you're not going to be able to go into this meeting and just say, oh, we have Paper Mario and we have got Luigi's Mansion. Hope everyone had a good 2024. We're going to pack it up and call it a year. That's not going to happen. Nintendo is definitely going to have something else up their sleeves for the rest of the year, even if it's third-party support. Maybe it's a couple more of these ports and remasters. I think we're going to get a couple more things, but the big thing really is going to be a Switch 2 reveal. And I think that this skipping of Gamescom just kind of points to that being their direction, because, you know, they're not quite ready to show it yet. So they're going to just hold out and wait for their own thing to do it. So hope you guys enjoyed this update. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Are you concerned they're skipping Gamescom? Do you think it means anything? Maybe I'm reading too much into this. Like I said, I don't think this is a big deal. I think if anything, it points that the Switch 2 reveal is closer than we may think, hopefully. And if not, that it's at least that's what's in Nintendo's plans right now, is that they're going to just kind of hold pat until they can reveal this thing and then show off some more of the software that they've got for the rest of the year. So hope you enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button, like this video. It really does help. I appreciate it. And until next time, catch you later.